Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today we're back for another brand new video. In today's video, I'll be honest, I'm sitting here feeling like I'm Santa Claus. People, and no, not because I'm getting greyer and I put a wee bit of weight on. Hurtful, that's the first thing that you thought of if I'm honest with you. But we'll move on from there. The reason I'm actually feeling like Santa Claus, ladies and gentlemen, is because the rumour that I'm bringing you today is the thing that I have seen requested in tweets, comments, Instagram, DMs, threads, whatever there is these days. Yous have been asking and praying for this rumour video to make it to the channel. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's starting to heat up. So I bring you Mr. Danilo. Now, as always, ladies and gentlemen, the rumour videos aren't a confirmation of deals, no matter what anyone tries to say in the comment section below or anything like that. These deals can always fall apart, go away or anything like that. I only ever bring the real ones to you, and if there is concrete interest from Rangers, and if there is some stuff there to be done. Again, transfers can fall away, the chairmans can change their minds, money can be moved elsewhere. You never ever know, but we're obviously here to talk about it, so there must be some smoke to the old fire. And aye, as we do, go ahead and discuss the player you have been asking for me to discuss right here on the channel. If you do find yourself enjoying the channel at any point, please consider hitting that like button or hitting that subscription button. We are less than 70 away from 60k, less than 70 people. Sorry, I'll compose myself. But aye, if you do enjoy it, please consider doing so. Or if you want to wait to see if this video or channel is worth hitting that like or subscription for, let's go ahead and try to earn both. Now, starting off the way we always start off the rumour videos, people, by kicking the old tyres and checking the player profile. Mr. Danilo is a 24-year-old centre forward from Brazil, and I don't know about you, I don't know if it's the way we grew up and the Brazilian teams being so good and dominant. As soon as I hear a Brazilian link with Rangers, I just start getting excited. I'm sold already. But then I go ahead and think of a certain Brazilian centre-back that played for Rangers and I start to peter out. But it's all about trying to find that balance, people, and balance actually gives me the place I want to go next with this guy, because he is such a skillful player. His balance on the ball, the way he can shift, his agility whenever he's trying to beat people, he can really embarrass defenders. And I think that flexibility on the fact that he is so two-footed, he can cut on his left, he can cut on the right, is why he is so exciting to watch and why people and fans, no matter what club he's actually go to or has played at, falls for him right away and wants him to get more game time, because you can see he is just a box of tricks and a box of excitement, and he can bring a wee bit of unpredictability to an attack that sometimes can be pretty predictable. If you just want to stand up top and get everything on your right foot, you're pretty easy to mark. When you're a guy who drops deep, can cut in there, play there, and hit on either foot, you start to become a problem. He's a bit like, you know, Ryan Kent. Remember when we couldn't figure out what foot Ryan Kent actually was he right footed or left footed? Well, Danilo is very, very similar to that. The only difference being Danilo can also hit the target with either those foot, so that is definitely a positive. But I want to speak about the centre forward position right now, because that's going to get a lot of the conversation point. And is this guy an out and out number 9? I wouldn't necessarily say so, people. He can play the position and he can line up that in a starting 11, but if you actually watch this guy play a game of football, he just loves being in the ball. He loves trying to find space, he loves dropping deep, he likes to play nice little passes, and it's the more you look at him, the more you see him, you say, oh my god, this right here is Michael Beale's dream. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know this already, but Beale has, not only at his time at Rangers, but at QPR, at Aston Villa, has all spoken about his time and his influences from Brazil when he spent over there. And a lot of his philosophies have came from his time in Brazil, and that shaped him as a manager. He wants that type of play style. That's what he tries to bring, the positionless attack, if you will. And if you look at this laddie again for a second, you can see it's perfectly met. So it's no wonder that Michael Beale, if he does bring him up the road, will be sitting here with a smile that's about here to here, because it's exactly what Beale preaches, teaches and wants in his football team, and you can see it if you look at this young man. And aye, he is a centre forward by trade, but do I necessarily think he'll just be standing up there beside big Dessers? No, he will be busy, he will go everywhere. I mean, if you look at his positions that he's played in his career, he's had more positions than the Kama Sutra. And to finish off the player profile properly, I will say he's just a painfully good footballer. And I say painfully, people, because I've spent the last 4 weeks looking into this laddie for a potential video, hoping and praying that I get to bring it to you guys on the channel. And now knew that we're at this stage that I can do it. If it all crumbles down and if it all goes wrong, I will be absolutely devastated, because this guy right here is not only a marquee signing, but is just a player that is a step up in terms of excitement and really can hurt teams, and it's one of these players we've been hoping and praying we'll be signing for a very long time. So for me, Danilo is a very, very exciting attacker that can play in every position of the attacking line and hurt teams in any of those positions. And I know I've already mentioned Ryan Kent's name and people's already get nervous. They're not anywhere near the types of player that they are. He's no winger or anything like that, right? I'm not saying that, but I will mention him again for one reason and one reason only. Do you know when Ryan Kent was on it, how skillful he was and how he embarrassed people and how he required two defenders on him at all times, whether it's a midfielder coming to back up the defender or the two defenders going out to Kent, because he had that threat of dropping the shoulder, beating people and creating space. Not a lot of people's got that natural ability just to skin and embarrass defenders and players and drive into the box and put balls into the mixer. Well, this laddie has that to his game as well, with his quick feet and his cleverness, that he can create that half gap and create that bit of space and obviously beat a defender 1v1, which I think will be important when you do lose that type of technical ability. The fact we can be adding it back in with the step up in player, no disrespect to Kent, of a Danilo, it's almost a dream come true, because you're getting all the good that Ryan Kent done with a bit of end product and a bit of clinical edge. That right there will make me very happy. But that's enough talking around the actual laddie. Let's go ahead and get to the old numbers and stats and start painting the picture of what this player could potentially be for us. And starting off with his most recent season of football. I know he's scoring some goals and friendlies and that for Feyenoord right now, but we'll talk about his most recent season of full professional football, which was obviously last season for Feyenoord. Last season he played 48 games in all competitions, which by the way is the most games he's ever played in a single season already in his young career. In that season, in all competitions, he scored 14 goals and grabbed 4 assists, making it 18 goal contributions in the 48, which maybe isn't the sexiest numbers, and we'll all speak about sexier numbers in the next couple of minutes. But again, moving to a new side, getting asked a slightly different role in the Feyenoord side, but still bringing players. And for me, I think reading into what a lot of the fans said and what the manager said throughout the season, what was actually getting said about the laddie, he was playing just as well, just maybe wasn't getting the rub of the green in front of the goal, or he was the guy that was creating this, that created the pass to then grabbed and an assist. You know what I mean? The assist to the assist. So he played really well, but just maybe didn't get the numbers that he got in the previous seasons, which we'll speak about. As the season before, when he was at Ajax, he played 26 games in all competitions, grabbing 15 goals and 5 assists, which is of course 20 goal contributions and 26. Very, very sexy numbers right there. However, we didn't always just go by the clickbait or the lazy stats, or I try to sort of bamboozle you and make you look up here. We do need to mention 9 of those 26 games that he played was for Ajax's B team as well, in the second division, in which he scored 7 goals and grabbed 4 assists. So if you just want to look at the top division, when he did play for Ajax, he played 17 games in all competitions, in which he grabbed 9 goal contributions, which again is still outstanding. And it's no surprise when you look into the season before how he earned that move to Feyenoord, which we obviously spoke about a couple minutes. But the season before, if we want to start looking at it as well to see what he'd done at another club by FC Twente, played 34 games in all competitions for them, grabbing 17 goals and 5 assists, which is again 23 goal contributions in those games. It's fair to say when he is given an opportunity to genuinely start and play in teams, he has shown no matter what level or what team that he's played for, he will impact and he will change games. So for me, everything I've looked at in terms of his numbers and stats, I know they didn't always tell you the full story, but when you look into them, they just gets you excited. But I think that's enough breaking down season upon season. Let's just look at the entire footballing TV. The little Brazilian magician at the age of 24 has played a whopping 153 games, bagging an impressive 71 goals and grabbing 16 assists to his name as well, which is obviously 87 goal contributions in the 153 games. That there I can get behind some of those numbers that we've talked about is in maybe the B League and everything like that, because yes, it's very prestigious when we look at it over here and what it gets said about the B League, but if you want to just strip it back and just look, no cup competitions, no Johan Cruyff Shield or anything like that, if you just want to look at what he was able to do at the top division in Holland, the man played 81 games in the top flight of Dutch football, grabbing 29 goals and grabbing 9 assists, which is 38 goal contributions, meaning he averages a goal or an assist every 2.1 games in the top flight of Holland. Again, something I can get very behind and cheer and be excited about and hope and pray we see coming up the road to Rangers, because if he's doing that there, can you imagine the sauce he would be able to do in this league and our team, especially with the attacking talent we now have put on the plate now at Rangers, when you're going to dominate 99.9% of the games. This guy right here just might be an absolute magician for Rangers, and I certainly hope that's the way it actually goes. But that's all the numbers and that's all the stats, maybe broken down in painstakingly detail, but I know a lot of people appreciate that and like to know what they're getting, not just maybe some clickbait here, look at this. You try and break it down and give you a wee bit more of an idea. You can see he is an impactful player, and he's been every single season that he's actually played. But now last and certainly not least, we now get to discuss competition for places, which I didn't feel like it really needs to be mentioned in much detail. We know we've needed attacking talent. Yes, we've added some attackers, but when a player, the availability and the talent that this guy has got, it's an absolute no-brainer. He'll go in there, and like I said, this man just goes everywhere. His heat map looks like a global warming presentation, ladies and gentlemen. The guy just likes to go everywhere, so I think he'll find his own positions, and we might line him up as a right winger or a left winger or just behind the striker, but he'll go where he needs to go. And again, I think he'll fit Beale's philosophy absolutely perfectly, in my opinion. But the biggest talking point is this rumour true? Do I think this man's going to come up the road? Has he been signed already? Is it as close as Dessers and Lammers and all that was? And everything like, well, I'm probably going to make a lot of people sad here, as I don't think it is as close as a lot of the rumblings actually are, in my opinion. I'm not comfortable saying that he's 100% in getting signed. This is probably the one that is on the shakiest ground of everything we've discussed so far on the channel this summer. We know Rangers are very interested in him. I'm very confident in saying that. They've had conversations, but are they within announcing him within the next 24 hours? I certainly don't think so. I hope so, and hopefully I'm proven wrong, but this might be one that we might need to be a little bit patient over the next couple of weeks, like a Dessers. It took us about a month from the rumour video to actually getting it done. It might be the exact same thing there, as we need some pieces moved on and everything like that as well, and that will be happening. It's already happened, it will continue to happen, and aye, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I think. Do I think Dessers will be a Rangers player by the time the transfer window shuts? Yes. People, it might be a wee bit high pitch, but yes, people, am I as confident as other ones? No, but there can be so much change, and he is a very, very talented player. He's starting off pre-season a bit too well. Can he stop scoring in pre-season? That would be absolutely fantastic. But do I think he is already signed and anything like that? No, he isn't, ladies and gentlemen. We might be a little more patient over the next little while. That's what I think, at least, but that's my personal opinion. What about you? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down there in the comment section below. Do you think Rangers need to sign a Danilo? Do you think he's the type of player we need to bring in and add to this team to take us to the next level? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down there in the old comment section below. And as always, and if there is something that is happening or close to happening or maybe be happening, we'll discuss it right here on the channel. The rest we'll not waste our breaths on, ladies and gentlemen, because it's absolute nonsense. But until then, thank you so much for watching. It's actually my birthday this weekend, so I'm not sure if there will be a cream mode. I think I'm going away for a couple of days, but whenever I'm back, I'll definitely get the cream mode up and rolling, as it's obviously my birthday on Saturday. Because imagine I play the Champions League final and I get beat. Alright, imagine what that'll do for my birthday. People, I'm not getting into it, right? I might just film on the Sunday, but until then, I've been CJ Roman 2. Thank you so much for watching again, and bye.